I'm in Sacramento, California, and a fellow nanny has reached out to me because her family need my help. Strange, right? Well, let's take a look.
Hi, my name's Katie. I'm 22 years old, and I am the nanny for the Swift family.
Joshua, what's going on?
Hey, come on!
No, come on!
My name's Tony.
And I'm Jenny.
And we have 5 kids. Jack, who's 11, Joshua, who's 10, Sean, who's 7.
Then we have Max, who's 4, and baby Mia, who's 9 months. Gloria's my mom. She is extremely involved with our family on a daily basis. Max?
I gave Supernanny a call because I felt like it was really necessary for the children's safety. I'm worried about them getting hit by cars. I'm worried about them getting kidnapped.
This little boy shouldn't be out in the street. I mean, where are his parents?
It's definitely a concern of mine that the children are going to get hurt, especially a little 9-month-old.
This is just too dangerous. Oh, what? Jeez. Oh, dear.
You didn't tell me she was behind me.
Oh, I didn't know.
Nobody's aware of her crawling around on the floor. Hold on a minute. That's not safe at all.
How did she get this in her mouth?
She puts it in her mouth.
Gloria is definitely more of a parent than Jenny and Tony.
We're not going to play with the food.
Really?
You're going to have to put the baby somewhere, Jen.
No, she's fine.
She takes care of the kids a lot.
There's stuff all over the floor over there.
No, she's fine. Just let her, no, don't put her in there. She needs to crawl around a little bit.
No, this is what she had in her mouth.
That's a Band-Aid.
That's crazy. What are these parents thinking?
I want all these cups picked up. Hey!
We're at our wits' end.
Okay, Max is getting in the pool. Max, no.
We're exhausted.
Get in the pool. Hey, don't do that. Supernanny, I'm begging you to please help the Swift family.
Lay down, now.
Guys, you're falling apart at the seams, but I'm on my way.
Hello.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. I'm
Nice to
Jenny.
meet you.
When Joe first came in the house, I have to admit that I was intimidated.
Hi, Sean. Pleased to meet you.
Pleased to meet you too. Pleasure to meet you. I'm Josh.
Hi, Jack. Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too.
Hi, Tony. Who's the one hiding behind the blanket? Hello.
And this is Mia.
Hello. Just after I arrived, I got this whole conversation about how they're not really happy with their nanny. I mean, really?
I call her more of a babysitter.
I wouldn't call her as a substitution for a parent. You know what I'm saying?
She's not always here on a regular basis. She comes, it's just like, okay, whatever.
She more watches the kids when we're gone.
The problems that she faces every day looking after these kids, do you not face them yourself?
I do, but I feel like it's okay for me to face those problems, but it's
Do you
not
feel-
okay for her.
So she should be equipped to deal with your children even though you're not?
Right, exactly. In a perfect world.
I think this woman's extremely lazy. She's hired a nanny. She has grandma, and yet she's saying, I think my nanny should be able to take care of my kids completely, even if I can't. Really?
Hi.
And as if on cue, Katie, the nanny, walked straight through the door. Joe, how are you?
Good, how are you?
And then almost immediately, Dad left,
No, it's raining. Stay in.
then Mum left, and I was left with the nanny and the kids.
Okay, you're good.
When it was time for Katie to change Mia's diaper, Sean and Max saw the opportunity to misbehave.
Oh my gosh, what is going out there?
And the roughhousing continued into Mum and Dad's bedroom.
Uh-oh, your diaper's all messed up in there.
Finally, Katie realised where the boys were.
Hey! Sean! Sean! That's it.
No, we were just going
No.
like this.
Hey, guys! I don't think that Mom wants you to be playing in her room, so you need to go ask her.
Katie's totally unsure of how she should be managing these boys, and I soon found out why. Would you say that you're both on the same page?
No, I don't think so. Jenny and Tony have never sat me down and given me a game plan to disciplining their children. I've really gone on by observing them and trying to simulate what they would do.
There aren't really clear rules, and it kind of changes. between us, between parents, between if my mom's here, if I'm here.
Well, that's a surefire recipe for disaster. Everybody needs to be in sync. Mum needed to pick some things up at the grocery store, and so I said to her, let's go with all the kids, just to get them all out together.
Hey, excuse me. No, that's not your parents. Max, come here, please. Sean, come here. I was panicking because I knew the kid's first inclination was going to be to run away. Sean, come here. And I was trying really hard to keep things under control, but I could feel things slipping away. We're gonna go to the restroom, right? You have to go?
Yeah, I have to go.
Okay.
I have to go by myself.
You can't go by yourself. I have to go with you.
Come, Dad.
Can you stand right by and watch her? Just don't take her out.
Are you being serious?
Well, I'm gonna
Are you being serious?
Yes, totally.
That's
This is what I would do.
That's no way. That's crazy. She was about to leave her 7-year-old in charge of the baby.
I don't have enough hands.
You think it's because you don't have enough hands?
Yeah.
You don't need more than one pair of hands to realise that you take your baby with you to keep them safe. And I don't think that's a priority for Mum at the moment.
I was really happy when we got out of that grocery store, and to tell you the truth, I probably made it through half the things that I was planning on getting.
After watching Mum in the supermarket, I'm concerned about her actions, so I pulled her aside to talk to her. Do you feel overwhelmed right now with all the kids?
It feels overwhelming.
Yeah.
It feels like work 90% of the time. It's not fun. I'm not having fun. I don't think my mom has fun. I don't think my husband has fun. I think we're all just trying to get through the day the best that we can. And that's just not what I envisioned. You know, when I go to bed at night, I feel sad because I'm like, I don't want them to grow up like this. I don't want them to grow up sad or thinking like, you know, I grew up and it was just,
That's what I see.
Yeah.
I see you hurt.
Yeah.
It's very obvious to me that this mum's not enjoying parenthood because she's not engaging with any of her children and having fun. And if she's going to change that, it's going to take effort. Later on in the day, one of Mum and Dad's key helpers, Grandma, came round for dinner. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Jo.
I'm Gloria.
Hi, Gloria. Pleasure to meet you.
Do you want to put her in her chair?
Yeah.
Okay, I will do that.
And Gloria went straight into minding those kids.
Here, eat this. Max, turn around, sit down. You want sweet potato?
Finally, somebody around here was taking control.
Sean, come here. I need you to do something. I'll hold that. Go to Mia's bedroom and get me those wipes. Fast.
There are little things that go on that Grandma sees and observes, and she's shaping and moulding their behaviour and etiquette every day, and yet it's going to the sidelines when it comes to Jen and Tony doing that.
Look out. That pool, does it have a fence? No.
I know. Does it have an alarm?
Disconnected.
Well, the pool alarm is disconnected. These kids are riding their bikes very close to the pool edge, no helmets on, and there's no pool alarm on. I mean, it's a dangerous situation.
With the baby, we have to be very careful with this door because she's now crawling out and has gotten out to, you know, some distance.
So safety's an issue here.
Big issue. Big, major issue. You know, there's only so much you can say. If you go too far, it's not okay.
Why, what happens?
With these two, it's okay. My judgment is it's not okay.
These kids need to be safe and they need to be protected by their parents.
You need to go get your jacket and come in because it's too cold out here.
I've seen enough, quite frankly. It was time for me to leave. So what I'd like to do is call for a family meeting tomorrow so that we can sit down and really work out where we're going to go from here, OK?
Perfect.
I need to have a serious conversation with these parents tomorrow because what I've seen, I'm not happy with.
I was very nervous about hearing what Jo would have to say. I started to realize, man, there's a lot of things here I'm doing wrong. It's not just one or two things, it's everything.
There are 4 adults around your children, but you guys are not on the same page. And it really sends a bad message to the kids. And that's why you're in this pickle now.
For sure.
So it's going to be really important that you guys talk about raising your family with Grandma, as she is a key co-carer in your lives. She has her own view and her own ways in which she feels that the kids should be raised. And instead of maturely communicating...
I think we both get defensive.
Yeah.
I don't buy it. Oh, guess who's getting fed up of hearing Gloria put things right? You guys, but only because you won't step up yourselves. I think you act immature, to be honest with you. It's a conversation. You say to yourself, well, how did we get here? Because you were lazy, because it wasn't important enough, because sitting down and working out what was right for your kids just wasn't important enough. Which leads me to talk about yourself and your connection with the kids.
I think that if I had more free time here at the house, but I have to do the laundry or whatever.
You got help. You got help coming out your ears. I think it's immature and lazy to allow your mum to take over, and then you're bringing the nanny in and you're saying, right, now you do that. You have to jump in to your kids' world, otherwise you're not going to know them. Look, you put it into yourself. So you have date night, you go out, and you recognise the importance to feed that relationship. It's the same with the kids. Safety. Big issues. Doors being opened, kids just drop things on floors. So why is it not necessary for you to follow through with your kids when it comes to them picking up after themselves, when actually those pieces could choke Mia and kill her? No pool alarm being rigged. It's off right now. Do you need the broken leg?
No.
Do you need the drowning?
No.
That's just blurbing out hot air and saying, it's important. But your actions, well, there are no actions. So we've got a lot of work to do. We need to leave the egos and the laziness at the front door. We need 100% commitment. You guys are either in or you're out.
We're ready.
I'm excited.
So I'll see you soon.
Okay, thank you.
I do need a roundtable summit with Gloria, Jen and Tony, because no one's on the same page. So we're going to hash it out, have this conversation and start putting in a game plan. You are the parents. You have the fortune of having your mother-in-law, mother, support you. So I think what would be very important at this first stage would be for you both to discuss what you feel needs to be resolved so that Gloria can hear that and support that.
One thing that I see with my mom is I'll either undermine what she says or vice versa. I may have said, today you don't have to do whatever. And then they'll come home and they'll say, well, you said to me earlier I didn't have to do something, but now Grandma just sat in the car and told me I did have to.
That happens a lot. It's very frustrating as a parent to, get undermined. You feel helpless.
They have to be the ones that set the agenda. I facilitate it.
Grandma was saying the same thing as Nanny Katie. There are no rules in the house, and they need to come from the parents, not the grandma and not the nanny.
Gloria takes the kids to swimming, and she has for a long time. A big thing for me is I would like Gloria to respect the other sports that they do just as much as swimming. And that's a big thing that has upset me the last month and a half because they have been playing, one of them's been playing basketball, and I don't feel that she takes the basketball as much as a priority as the swimming.
I took that as a complete affront. I was at every game except one, and I was there with all the parents. I don't know exactly what you're honing in on here.
Well, I mean, I don't want to go over example after
Well,
example.
no, I don't.
These parents have grandma come in and take care of the kids, and yet they complain that Gloria focuses on swimming and not enough on basketball. Like, really? It's really clear that there's a lot of resentment, there's a lot of anger, there's a lot of harboured feelings here between the three of you. It's really sad, actually. To really iron out these issues that the adults were having, it was important that they come together on the same page with regards to the kids. The first thing that we needed to do was to get Mum and Dad to establish and create some house rules so that all the adults in the house could stick with them.
Fighting.
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 Okay. How about ask when they leave.
Yeah.
After we'd established the rules, I brought in Nanny Katie so that Mum and Dad could start to delegate who was going to take care of what tasks with what child. In this circumstance, what you will do is divide the labour, all right?
And conquer.
Correct.
In the household, there's chaos going on at all times. But this board, it's a way of organizing the four of us so that we are all on the same page.
Each circle represents one day of the week, and so I got Mum busy filling in the first. Someone's got to feed the baby, right?
Right,
And
so I was gonna have my
that?
mom do that. I was able to delegate the tasks to my mom and a little bit to Katie, and I realized immediately this is gonna be a great tool.
Mum successfully distributed the work in the first circle, and tomorrow she'll get busy on the second. So what I'm going to ask you to do is stick that up in what I call the TV room, so then everyone can have a look at that.
I think that having the board there and going to it every day and writing down what we expect, I think it's going to be a great thing.
The next thing to do was really to get this house safe for Mia. So I took the family shopping to get some baby-proof items. However, little Max wasn't in the mood to go shopping.
Max, you hold on to the cart. He's not holding on to the cart. Max, you need to come and hold on to the cart. Thank you. Max started in with his usual behavior.
Max, where are you going?
Where?
Really? I'm going to hand that over to you, Mum.
I'm gonna give you a warning. Do not take your hand off the cart. Look at me when I'm talking to you. Do you understand?
He wasn't listening, wasn't following directions.
He's gone again. Do I tell him he's gonna have a timeout? Like I just warned him.
Mom, plug your phone in.
Max, I need to talk to you. Because you let go of the cart after I told you not to, when we get home, you're going to have a timeout.
No. No. We don't, Mama.
Max, stop right now. You're not gonna get a gumball today because you didn't listen to me.
Max kicked off. He was screaming at the top of his lungs.
I want to get a gumball.
And Mum and Dad were beside themselves with embarrassment of how to deal with this situation.
I want a gumball.
If we would have given him the gumball, then that would let him know it's okay that he can let go of the cart and not follow directions.
Come back to the cart.
Stop for a minute. Right now, I want you to hold on to that cart and stop messing around. Right now. That's enough. Jen and Tony found what they were looking for, but they still need to follow through with discipline when they got home.
When we all arrived back at the house, it was time to put Max straight on timeout. I am putting you on a timeout because you kept letting go of the basket and you did not listen to me. And I need you to stay here for 4 minutes.
No.
Go to timer. Did you set the timer?
We saw Jen implement a timeout with Max. And he tested her on that as well.
It got really ugly for a while, but having Joe there allowed me to carry through and not give in.
But eventually, through Jen's perseverance, he did stay in the timeout and we did get the first discipline ever executed.
Max, Mommy put you on a timeout because you did not hold on to the cart like I asked you to.
When Jenny was doing the timeout with Max, I thought she did a great job. She really stuck to her guns.
Sorry.
Okay. Have a hug? I felt really good at the end of the timeout because that's probably one of the first times Tony or myself have really stuck with the punishment. I love you.
With Max's discipline followed through, we got busy with baby-proof in the house with the items that we bought from the shop.
You want to do some of those? Okay, you can do some of these too.
Sean and Max helped out by covering up the outlets.
Got it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Whilst Dad put casings around power strips,
I got it. Beautiful.
bumpers on the corners of end tables, covers over electrical cords, and a guard on Mia's bedroom door to keep those little fingers safe. I'd made it very clear to Mum and Dad in the family meeting that small items on the floor would seriously be a choking hazard for Mia, and now I wanted to make that point very clear to the boys. We all know that those little things that go in babies' mouths can choke and be very dangerous. And then I had the boys put the small toys into baby-proof containers.
I think we feel a lot safer now having Mia crawling around on the floor.
And then there was pool safety. I had Mum and Dad switch the pool alarm back on, And then I gave them a nice little visual to remind the boys to keep the sliding doors closed for Mia's sake. So this is the difference between Mia crawling out there and you guys remembering to close the door. The butterflies separate, look, two halves. So you want to bring it together, okay?
The kids immediately responded. They were excited about it, and it's just so easy to see that the wings need to be together.
Max, come on, when you're done.
You always have to remember, close the butterfly.
There's no doubt that this house will be a much safer environment for Mia and the boys going forward. With household safety on the go, it's going to be important to work on relationships. And Jen and Gloria have a lot of strain in their relationship, and we need to get to the bottom of this. Let's have a conversation about what creates this friction between the pair of you.
Do you just want me to say whatever?
Oh, you just go for it, pair of you.
I feel that I don't live up to your expectations, that I don't do a good enough job. So I think that's left me in a situation where I feel resentment.
I've always been in your corner. I've always thought of you as absolutely wonderful. Over the years, I've heard my daughter say that I am disappointed in her. And I've gone to the point of saying, well, I think you're disappointed in yourself.
Gloria, what do you feel you need to do with regards to assessing yourself?
I need to maybe take some steps back here. I've been very concerned about safety and the kids. They need to come more to the forefront with you and Tony. They need to be thought of first.
So we're not doing a good enough job.
Well, let's be honest. I mean, that's why I'm here. When there are things that are not being taken care of, which are all the things that I've been helping you guys to understand, safety, discipline for unruly behavior, and parents are not taking care of that, then you're like, well, what's going on here? What are these parents doing? But you are recognizing that you need to back off now in knowing what's been put in place.
Yeah.
What do you need to do with regards to working on yourself?
To be more assertive, I need to make sure that our rules are set by Tony and myself and that we uphold them and that you're there to help with them and support them so that when you're here, it's enjoyable and fun and there's not so much pressure to be a third parent.
I want a better relationship with you. I really do.
Why do you want it,
Because
Gloria?
you're my daughter and I love you dearly. I love you.
I love
Jen.
you too.
Don't laugh.
Well, I can't
Goof.
help it.
Make me cry.
It's been a really long time since I've said to my mom, you know, I love you and given her a hug.
What this conversation did was to open the door, and that was a beginning.
Mum mentioned to me that she doesn't find parenting fun, but she's done nothing to work on her relationships with her kids. It would be a real good start for you to actually just get involved doing some things with them that they enjoy doing.
Okay.
So I thought what we'd do is start off with Josh. Maybe we'll play horse or whatever.
Yeah. You're gonna go
All
easy
right,
on me, right?
Who's yellow and who's green?
Oh, I'm
Play
yellow.
horse.
How was practice last night?
Good. I got a rebound.
So I like this. Mum gets a chance to really hang out with Josh and do what he loves doing, but it also gives him a chance just to have an everyday conversation
Is he started football yet?
so that she understands more about Josh as he's growing up.
We talked about how school's going and how I've been doing in my basketball games. Dad, she's on fire.
And then it was Jack's turn. He's very creative, so I brought some clay out to get his imagination fired up.
What should we make? I think we should have a plan. You're the architect, huh?
Let's just go free. Do whatever we ever want to do.
No direction, huh?
No direction whatsoever.
The great thing about spending the alone time with the boys is that it's starting to open up the lines of communication between us. I liked your cartoon character, and you did them the 3 different ways: normal, old, and buff. What I realized is that it's been a long time since I've played with them and really had the opportunity to talk about things that are important to them.
That's cool. Make clouds for it to sit on now.
Good idea.
I hope to spend one-on-one time with my mom more often. It's fun.
Sean had broke a house rule, so he was being punished, which meant that it became Max's turn with Mum. And I had a little project for the pair of them. Max was going to learn how to ride his bike without his training wheels, and Mum was going to teach him.
Get your feet up there. Okay, now we're gonna go straight.
Let go the handlebars, you're just gonna hold the seat.
You go. Push, pedal, pedal, pedal. Okay.
You know, Jen's got him going really fast, and if she just keeps doing it with him, very, very quickly he's going to end up being able to ride this bike by himself.
Look up.
Well done.
Do it again.
Yeah, you want to do it again now because you rode your bike by yourself.
Here we go. Are you ready? Go.
Pedal faster, 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 faster.
Although I have 4 boys, I don't think I've ever taught one of them by myself anyway to ride their bike. It meant the world to me to be able to teach him that skill, and I know I'll never forget it, and I don't think he'll ever forget it either.
Mum's beginning to realise that through doing these activities with her boys, it's just growing their relationship more and more so that she can continue to bond.
I know how to ride my bike now.
Let's discuss what you guys are all going to do whilst I'm gone. The labour of love is going to be very important for the 3 of you because it's going to keep the relationships healthy. Sean, hopefully, will get to have that time with you.
Yeah. I'm nervous for Jo to leave. I'm not going to have her there to ask her questions, and I'm going to have to just figure it out on my own.
Please work hard and
All right.
enjoy. And I'll see you in several days, okay?
All right.
This family really has had to absorb a lot since I've been there. But, you know, I am going to expect them to step up. They want change, they're going to have to work for it. I've been gone for 3 days, and I am curious to see exactly how this family have got on whilst I've been away.
I don't want to have any mistakes on the DVD session. I want to get 100%. I want an A+.
Hello.
Hello. I don't really think Joe's gonna have a big problem with anything I did personally. Now, Tony is another story.
Who's ready to take a look?
We're ready.
Already. If you wanna help get Max and Sean dressed.
Yeah. You're not dressed yet. Can you get dressed, please?
Katie's coming over tonight because Dad and I are going to dinner. If you don't listen to Katie or you don't follow our rules,
I will.
you're going to have a timeout.
I will.
You will be missing outside time tomorrow. Jack, you will lose game time tomorrow. Hi. Come over here, let me show you this. Your concern is movie and bed. Consequences. You're gonna give him that warning. And then if it happens again, then it's a consequence.
Okay.
Feel good watching that?
Yeah. For probably the first time I went over with Katie specifically what my expectations were.
Just your overall confidence in communication was absolutely superb. I mean, everybody had clarity. Everybody knew where they were at.
Right.
And even the kids and how they responded was absolutely fantastic. It was very wonderful to see.
Great. Watch for me. Be mindful of your sister who's right underneath you. Jump.
Sean, butterfly. Thank you.
What we are seeing is a complete turnaround from what we had in the beginning. And a safety little sanctuary for Mia to, no doubt, be walking very soon.
Yeah.
Done both well. You really have. Good to see.
Sean, you and I are gonna watercolor. Did you know that your grandfather, my dad, was an artist?
Grandpa Jack?
He watercolored all the time. So you think you're gonna be ready for 2nd grade?
Well, I thought 1st grade was gonna be like a push up. It
Yeah.
wasn't that hard.
It wasn't as hard as you thought.
Yeah.
It's a great day for a bike ride. In order for me to let you go, you have to give me a kiss. And let me tickle you.
No.
So lovely to see.
The kiss is a big thing.
Yeah.
Doesn't give those out very easily.
What I get from that as well is you enjoying motherhood. You enjoying now your parenting. That's the biggest deal here. because the children feel that. And that allows you to have more emotional intimacy with them, which is all part of your bonding and your experiences together, which was so necessary. OK, so Tony, we're going to move on to yourself.
Allergies, kiddo.
You got them because I have them.
Just 1 teaspoon.
Okay.
That's all I need.
No, I don't want it.
Max, get up here now. Quickly. Here, I'll go like this and you don't taste it. Okay, I'm gonna have to hold you down and force you to take it unless you do it right now. And I'm gonna count to 3. And I'm gonna pin you down, and I'm gonna make you take... I'm getting upset now. I'm starting to get frustrated with you. Okay? If you don't take your medicine, I'm gonna put you on a timeout. Okay? Do you understand? That's your warning. Look at me. That is your warning. Look in my eyes. 1, 2, 3.
In a nutshell, you don't know what you're doing. And because you didn't know what you were doing, you sabotaged the situation with Max. What you're looking at there, was it necessary?
I thought so at the time.
Take this now, I wasn't going to pin you down and you'll have no choice and then you'll do this. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you did nothing to be able to make him feel that taking the medicine would be good for him.
He took it after I gave him the warning about the timeout.
Yeah, because he didn't want to sit on the timeout. The timeout's not to control, though. The timeout is to teach them boundaries. It's to teach them rules. It's not right to use a timeout to control that situation.
So what do you do, though? Because I've told him before, taking medicine, that, you know...
Change your own attitude. I mean, there's a lack of tolerance here, big time. There's a lack of patience. So you have to change your whole demeanour in the way that you behave, and then you'll get a better response from the children. I've seen some great material here from Mum. However, if you're not on board, you'll sabotage everything. I saw on the DVD that Dad was giving Max his medicine in a very forceful way. I need to teach Dad how to have a better approach.
Max, you know you're taking your medicine for your eye, right? For your allergies, right? Look at Dad. Those are for afterwards. That's right. I know that those aren't disgusting. But we have to take this.
But you're having a conversation with yourself. He's not even spoke. And you're like, I know that you're thinking this, and yeah, and you're having a conversation with yourself. Have a conversation with Max.
Maxie, you have to take this medicine, babe. Because it doesn't taste good? I know, but we have to take it so you'll feel better, so your eye will stop itching. And we can take the seltzer water right afterwards. Look, it's right there, ready to go.
And do you have a little syringe that you can put it in that he can apply it himself?
Yeah, we do have one of those.
Why don't you do it yourself? Do you want to use the spoon or do you want to use the squeezer?
Squeezer.
You want to use the squeezer?
Okay, you do it.
It was just being more empathetic about how he was feeling and how frightened he was.
All the way down.
And once we empowered him, you saw a different result, a different kid.
You got it. Good job.
Good job, Max.
You're all done. I just need to exercise my patience with Max, especially when it comes to getting him involved and letting him do things on his own.
What do we do?
Just let him do it himself.
We gave him the choice. I think Dad's certainly learned more patience. I think he's recognising when and when not to give discipline. And I think he's feeling more confident in himself, which means he's making progress. I think Mum's done a really fantastic job building those relationships with her sons through one-on-one time. But I do have another little idea that I want to show her to bring the whole family together. All right, let's go. Follow me. We've got a surprise place to go to. So off we went to the trampolining centre, but before we went bouncing, I had a little gift I wanted to give the family. As you can see, this is the Swift Family Fun photo album. So with this instant camera, we get to take photos and actually put them into your photo album, which is rather cool. And who's ready to have some fun? All right, okay. This way, this way. Hey, go!
Oh.
We really enjoyed playing dodgeball and just jumping as a family.
Jack, get this one.
I think the kids loved having Jenny in the trampolines. I think we've been to that trampoline center probably 20 times. She's never one time gone in the trampolines. I think they'll always remember that.
I have the worst aim.
My mom usually doesn't play with us. It was very nice spending time with my mom.
It was amazing. Everybody was playing. The kids were having a great time. All right, Tony, you're going to get it.
Glow definitely has an arm. I mean, she is very athletic.
There's one right in the back.
Good job.
Before we left, Mum and Grandma started putting photos into the album.
Now that's a nice one.
I feel like the photo album is something that we can continue to create as a family. What I've learned from Joe is that the activity doesn't matter. What's important is that you're together, able to play together and really enjoy one another's company. I'm becoming more confident and feeling more fulfilled and happy in my day.
Before I arrived, Mum didn't even enjoy motherhood and didn't know how to connect with her older boys. Now she does, and she's enjoying it. And that's really what it's all about. Gloria's done a lot for this family, and I don't truly believe it's been appreciated. So before I leave, I want to change that. I noticed that Grandma does a lot of things with you guys, and sometimes it's really nice to let the person know who does that we appreciate the things that they do for us. I thought it'd be a great idea if the boys drew some pictures, and for Jen and Tony to write a thoughtful letter. And so I brought Grandma into her Grandma presentation.
This is the thing I worked really hard on. I did it as a sign of gratitude that you have been so kind to me.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Very nice. Let me see. Oh, Max. It was absolutely wonderful. Each of the little boys with their picture and with their story behind it.
I made this raising you.
Okay. Oh my goodness. It was just marvelous. Thank you very much. You're a great guy.
And then it was time for Dad to read the letter from himself and Jen to Gloria.
Glow. It is very hard to put into words how much Jenny and I appreciate all you do for our family. The kids love you so much, and now with all of us on the same page, I think we will all start having a lot more fun with the kids and each other. We both love you very much and can't thank you enough for all your love and support. Love, Tony and Jenny.
Very nice. Very nice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The letter was probably one of the best things that have happened in a long time. It was very gratifying.
Boys, it's time for me to leave.
Really? Bye, Jojo.
Mwah, mwah, mwah. Tony, take care of yourself.
Thank you for everything. Joe, thank you so much. I now know what I need to do. We have a plan to do it, and we have the tools to carry it out.
Jen,
I'm going to put you through the same exercise.
Thanks for everything.
I hope that you've realised that you are capable of much more than what you thought you were capable of.
I agree.